got our what?
Fire extinguisher ready, just in case. Safety first, just in case.
Just in case.
Probably won't need it.
Hopefully.
So we're ready to see if this is okay. You want the engine?
Very nice condition.
I've got the coil wired hot to the battery, but I put this switch on it so we don't forget and leave it hooked up to the battery overnight and cook the coil. So we flip the switch, that light tells us we got power going to the coil. So if we forget, we're not going to miss that light. We're going to see that it's on, and we can shut it off.
Explain that.
Custom linkages, couldn't wait to find some on eBay or YouTube or Kijiji or whatever. So I just made up a couple just to get it running. So just to synchronize the codes.
So fire it up. I'd like to see if it turns over.
So we're not going to get ignition yet. I'm just going to hit the switch to get it to turn over. So no fire yet. Okay, so what we got, I bought these two carburetors. Guy told me they were rebuilt. The head had been taken off of it to see if I could fit it on that. It doesn't fit, it's a different, this is an earlier engine, it won't fit in that car. The head won't fit. So I had to reinstall the head. It's all torqued down. So when and if it fires up, we have to set the valves. They're gonna clatter like crazy, but there's a procedure for setting the valves. We'll show you in a minute. So I built the stand, bolted it down, assembled everything. So I think I got everything. I got a voltage regulator hooked up. That really just, you just need that there so it'll spin. It doesn't need to charge the battery for this, for what we're doing here. I don't know if the fuel filter, fuel pump works. We're gonna find that out. It does have spark. I checked that. Other than that, I think we're ready to go. You need to put the gearbox on it to start it because the starter mounts to the gearbox, and then the transmission, 2-speed power drive, mounts to the back of this, but we don't need that to start it.
All right, cool.
Voltage regulator, probably won't need it, but it's on there anyway.
Gotta open the door in case, so you know, we don't die or anything.
Mostly for the exhaust, but okay, we ready to try?
Yeah, go for it.
Try to fill up these holes. Spilling fuel all over the place.
It's a good thing you put that hole in the bottom. It's really working a treat. I have a bottle of Lucas in the truck that's got the nozzle on it if you want to use that. At this point, I don't think it matters because you've spilled stinky fuel everywhere.
We'll just wait a
already.
bit for it to evaporate. That'll be fine. A little bit to give it a prime. Okay, we ready to try?
Yeah, fire it up.
Ignition on. Good.
Chokes on?
There's no chokes
She is
on it.
cold.
No chokes on it, but we can manually shut them. plugs. CPC spark there?
Negative. Is your coil bad?
What to determine?
What's that?
Have to determine that. I was getting spark at the distributor on the points.
Are these the original plugs that came with it?
Yeah.
And the wires and everything?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check that coil. So I need to turn it over just a little bit.
And you just turn it over and see if you can see it.
Just need to put that on the lobe so that it's not, or the flat spot on that distributor. Of course, she's got lots of compression. Now, if we flip that on and open those points, you should see a spark there. Ow! I'm seeing it jump across there too. That's not good.
I just got completely zapped by touching those wires. So the wires, you definitely got spark right here.
Here's what we're going to do. We'll do it the old school way. We definitely have spark at the points. Oh, let me put that on.
Okay, you're gonna need your rotor. Derp.
Spark coming out of there.
Couldn't see it on the camera, but
Now let's check. I see this spark coming out of here now. Maybe that wire wasn't on good.
see if we can get a shot of that.
I got better luck from the top.
I gotta go.
We're hitting fire now.
Heard that. She's igniting. I'd say your timing is off. Too far. batteries. You should have told me to bring a battery.
I got one there.
I got like all those marine batteries sitting on the tenders at home.
You know, we should check. We're gonna close the door. We're gonna check. We're gonna make sure that it's timed right. We're gonna check to make sure those valves are closed on the compression strip. So we're gonna call that number 1. So let's do all these. Okay, so that's number 1. This is gonna be number 1. So I'll put that. Call that number 1. It rotates this way. Let's just verify that it rotates that way.
That is correct.
Good thing about these engines, the fire motor is right on this thing they call it the turkey baster. There you can see the fire motor. 145236. And that's 1. That one's going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. Next one's 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. 5, 2. That's 2. 3. And the last one is 6, which is all the way over here. Okay. Try it again.
Yeah. Let's give her. It's under, bud. In case you're wondering, we're opening and closing the door so we don't die.
And send the exhaust outside.
We don't want to die today.
Ignition on. Battery doesn't seem very good.
I think you need more battery power. Is it just me, or does that engine have a good compression? Did you do a compression test on this?
Not really.
You stuck your finger in the hole?
Yeah. You know what I think the problem is? These wimpy cables. Feel how warm they are.
Are those the ones for the motor, or just whatever
No,
you had laying around?
I used these. I had
Those
them
look like
laying around.
old jumper cables.
They are. They're old jumper. The wires are pretty thin.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you may not be getting enough voltage through there for sure.
what I wanted. So what if we went?
Giving it full send, are you, Phil?
Try getting that good strong voltage up there. See if that spins it a little better. Oh, no spark.
check each plug for spark, I guess. So here's the entire transmission on a Corvair is quite small.
What's that? That's the gearbox, not the transmission. Transmission bolts in the back of the gearbox. It's weird. It's opposite.
Oh yeah, you said that the transmission sits on the outside.
It sits over there. Yeah.
I think. Keep that can. You wanna we'll see what it does when you turn it over, but I might spray while you're turning it over. It's timing. For sure. We've got spark and fuel, it's timing. Ugh, stinks in here now. Woo!
I know the coil's good because that's the coil that came out of that car.
Well, I felt the kick on the wire, so the only thing I can think of is if your timing's good, then your wires are bad because there was a bit of leakage out of that cap. You got any spare wires? Or does this take?
It's on that car.
Does this just take a specific size wire for this engine?
Well, it's not a special size wire, but it's got these little wheel things on them.
Well, you can, if you were to get new wires, you'd have to make your own and then put those boots on them, right?
You can order them.
Make your own friggin' wires. You buy some generic ones and then just put the boots on them. Yeah, this engine, if it runs, is definitely going to be worthwhile to clean it up and.
Yeah, go watch those valves for me. I'm going to clean up these two.
You want those two up?
Number one, they got to be closed, right? So.
Which one's the exhaust on this one?
This one.
We're seeing brake fluid drip out, so that's.
Oh, I had all kinds of. I had seafoam and stuff in there too.
Oh, okay. So great lighting here, but.
So that just passed. That just passed top dead
You're
center.
just hitting. I can see it. Yeah. You.
So did that valve close or open?
No, the one on the left is closed.
This one closed, but this one's open.
Yes.
So we got to come one more.
I gotta do one more rotation.
One more turn.
It's still going down. Down, 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 down. It's coming back up. I'll tell you when it gets to its top. Okay, you're at your top, right there. So I don't know if you're exactly at your TDC, but now you're number 5, or sorry, this is your number 3, right?
I care about this. This is still closed,
Well,
right?
yeah, this is the one that's closing right now.
So don't worry about that. Just tell me.
Yeah. I'm just telling you that this is the one that's closing.
Okay, that's top dead center.
For that piston?
We're still in the. If these two valves are closed, that's going to be top dead center on the compression stroke.
Maybe pull the plug and you get a borescope?
Yeah.
Pull the plug and check it that way.
Well, the pistons are going to be up at the top at two different times, on compression and exhaust. When it's on the exhaust stroke, exhaust valve's open. When it's on top dead center on the ignition stroke, both valves are closed.
Yeah.
So that's all we need to determine. So that one, they're both closed, right?
Yes, this one's actually compressed a bit. The other one's more open.
Okay, and plus the valves are loose right now.
Yeah, you haven't lashed them, so.
And we can't do that till we get it running.
Oh.
Okay, so it should run if we find it and we have this correct. It might just be that we need to turn this way a little bit to get that to line up.
She could Chinzy and come down here. She can be your Jolene.
Not home.
Hmm?
Not home.
Oh. I thought I saw her car out there.
Ah, she went out. She went shopping.
With her friends? With her Darlene?
Yep.
Did she really?
Yep.
Oh. We'll cut that out of the video.
Well, that should be number one, top dead center on the compression stroke, which you verified it twice. What I can do is take that coil out of that car, because that's a big 40,000 volt coil.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe you just don't have enough spark. Who knows? Alright, so let's check the gap on the points then.
It's supposed to be 16,000.
Got your feeler gauge? Oh, excuse me. Maybe we'll edit that out. Maybe not.
Check the firing order one more time. Okay,
So this says this is number 6, number 4.
it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. Good that it's actually printed onto the cooling house cover.
They call that the turkey baster.
The turkey baster?
Yeah.
That's a stupid name.
Okay, highest point there. Supposed to be 16 down. Looks good. One, 4, 5, 2, 3.
It sounds like it's turning over better.
Yes. And I just noticed I missed a nut on the bottom of that carburetor. The fuel is going out of it.
Oh, this one right here?
Of course, they make it impossible to reach.
And that's probably why it's not there.
It could go to.
Oh, what is this Fram filter? Where's your wicks?
That's what was on it.
Oh, is it?
And
Oh, okay.
that one's got a Wix on it.
Well, the car itself's got a Wix on it? Okay. We got it. First time I saw a Wix filter was when I ordered one for my Jag. So, and then suddenly Derek was have it, putting them on everything he owns. So nothing there? That's odd. You think there would? Oh, okay. Derp. Herp of the derp. Derp. Almost there.
She wants to go.
Here, let's get the door open
It wants to go.
before we die. I don't want to die.
It wants to go. Okay, let's go grab a sip.
Hold on. All right, ignition on. Poof. Timing's out.
Is it pulling fuel yet?
I can't see. Do you have a filter on it so you can see it?
You should be able to see
I don't see anything from there.
through,
No.
through this. Clear holes. But I don't know if this fuel filter's any good. Or fuel pump is any good.
Put the brake cleaner to her.
No, it should go with gas now.
Are we gonna have any cooling issues here?
No.
On the bench?
That's why I got this turkey baster on and this fan hooked up. You don't have that, you don't have cooling.
No, I know. I didn't know if it was
Oh, just
something
the-
else on
just
the
needs
engine
this,
that
that's
required
it.
it. Okay.
These are literally they're the simplest engine I've ever worked on. Ignition on.
Oops.
You ready with
This
the
is
fire
break.
extinguisher?
Yeah, it's right here. So, hold on. All of this is going to fall. So, need to get it out of there.
Well, we're making oil pressure because there's oil shooting out of the
Of the valves, yeah.
up near those rockers. So sounds great.
Yeah. It's pulling fuel. But it's not in there yet. Keep going.
Backfire through the car. Turn the timing back a bit. Or choke maybe. Less choke maybe.
Get a little backfire there.
It's in there somewhere.
There. What if we put the gasoline above the engine? Is that a flex line or is that a steel line you put there? This one. Oh, that's the hard line. Okay. She's alive. Maybe move your wife's car there? What do you think? Greasy exhaust drops all over her nice fancy Mercedes, maybe? Not good?
You know, we didn't check to see if we got the accelerator pump. The bowls are full.
Well, you can't because there's nothing it's not pulling from the line from the tank.
Well, I
here.
tried to fill the bowls, but it doesn't seem to be doing it.
I'd say that's a win. I don't know about you. Maybe your fuel pump is...
I would too.
Do you have an electric fuel?
I don't, but they have it at Princess Auto, so.
Want to make a run? The timing's out, for sure. I'm gonna leave that in. No, it's not pulling from the.
You think our,
And your carburetor on this side is leaking.
you think our wheels are stuck?
Your fuel is dumping into the engine because it's dripping out of your valve covers right now.
Yeah, but our wheels might be stuck.
Well, I think it's partly because you're.
All right, I'm telling you. You're doing what I'm doing. Sick and tired of working on this thing.
Okay, Princess Auto run. We get a clicky clacker.
Clicky clacker. Fuel make it happen?
Fuel pump.
A fuel pump?
We get an electric fuel pump. Where's that oil coming from there?
I told you, the gas is dripping out. This
Yeah.
isn't oil.
This
It's
is oil.
probably your gaskets too. But I think your
Yeah,
fuel's
see,
coming out.
These are it's dripping oil out of here.
So maybe get
At
something
least,
under.
well, at least we know we're making oil pressure. I have two brand new gaskets. I just want to get a piece of cardboard to put it on.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning it up. Maybe we can grab
It is a win.
some brake fluid.
It is-
Is that the new cookie clacker?
It's a new clicky clacker.
So we're going to install an electric fuel pump in the place of the original fuel pump that's there because it probably doesn't work. Guess we could probably pull that apart, check the diaphragm, and
I'm just gonna-
eventually we can just get rid of it if we don't need it and get a new one.
Apparently these things do best when they're closest to the carburetor. But I think it'll push it from over here. I'm gonna mount it right
Using copper line,
there. Yep.
water softener line. Nice. Will that push past the fuel pump through the diaphragm? Or you gotta disconnect that
But I'm just gonna leave the fuel pump in place.
and hopefully it pushes through? Well, let's see if it goes through first. It might just go through. I don't know. I've never done this.
This car was, it's got an electric fuel pump in it, which I disconnected, and it was running through the old pump as well. So
No, it should be fine.
My line doesn't want to go over this.
Spit on it. It always makes it work. Want some hot water?
I don't think I got it. Come on. Come on.
drill.
I don't like how this is. Let me bend this out of the way. And just zip tie these on.
Well, at least you don't need a clampy clamp.
That'll work.
You want to screw it to the truck? Put that on there?
I should have one here. And that's that.
Geez, you think they'd give you a little longer wire, eh?
That's okay. I got wire.
Alright, so we've got the electric fuel pump wired up. We're just putting the switch on it.
I'm going to put that switch right here.
You have a step bit?
I don't.
What you want for your birthday?
There you go. So I don't lose that. Now, what color wire should we put on this? Everything's
Red. Geez, you even got black wire sitting on the ground there. Jesus Christ. Will YouTube can't censor me for saying Jesus Christ?
Right.
I guess we'll find out, because I'm putting that in the video.
It's it's okay having all the electrical wires right next to the fuel tank, right?
No, I think you're supposed to.
If that arcs.
There's not enough gas there, it'd cause too much trouble. That's what insurance is for anyway.
I guess we should put this on the top. It's on and off.
Let's be honest, any switch that says on and off on it, do you actually look at it to see which is which? You switch the switch and then you see if it turns it off.
See what happens.
So that's basically how things work in the real world.
Okay, fuel pump wired up. We'll hit that switch and see if it's pumped. Fuel going in, fuel coming out.
Turkey clacker's working. You can't see the fuel now, but
fuel leak. Right there.
we'll just pretend we didn't see that.
Pretend we didn't see that. That one's got to be fixed.
That might have been why your fuel pump wasn't able to draw.
Something here?
Yep. Ugh, stinky. Is that just loose, or is that your fuel line?
That
So
one right there.
maybe your flare is no good.
We'll find out. I'm gonna crank out with a light switch and see what.
Looks like the rats have been at that nut.
That's
Jesus.
the old fuel lines that came off the pump.
God damn.
That's the fuel lines that came off of that car. I replaced them. So, but for testing purposes, it should be fine.
Well, at least you know it's coming through the fuel pump. It's leaking.
Yeah, I see it.
It's leaking. It's leaking! I think your flare's no good. Was the original flare?
Plan B. Here's what we do.
You're gonna need to take that line off.
Have another.
Do you got some flex line for that? Yeah, this carburetor didn't leak at all.
Yeah, that fitting is just nothing left of it.
Crack the tire trip?
No, I've got another. I do have another fitting.
Yeah, but you have to cut the line, dude.
Yeah.
You got a
I got more line.
couplet? So you're gonna need to make a whole new line.
I will. I got enough to make another line.
So you're gonna need 2 nuts.
Well, that one looks like it's still good.
Yeah. And you and
Well, that means another trip to crappy tire. I don't want to do that.
well, let's take a look at that flare and see what's going on there. It might not be what we think. Maybe there's some way we can fix it. When I say we, I mean you, because I'm just filming. Yeah, that doesn't look good. Well, it looks good. Did you not get all the way in?
Yeah, it's all screwed up.
It's all bent.
I'm going to take this off and we're going to replace this line. That's the sound of fuel hitting the floor.
Maybe open the door here. Hang on.
So in
Oh, you never adjusted
and
the
out.
3 turns.
One
Magic.
and a half is
3.3 turns.
1.5 is a good starting.
Magic number. 70. 1, 2, 3. Another 4. Whatever.
1.5. I heard it's a good starting.
Timing.
We're calling that a success.
Great success.
Generator doesn't like something.
She's smoking?
We're going to disconnect that. I don't think I have it hooked to anything though. Oh, I do. That, yeah, we're just going to disconnect that. We don't need that to run.
What, the starter?
Generator. Doesn't need that to run.
No, it's going to run off the battery. So. Is this the generator that you got with the engine? Or is this a new one?
No, I bought it when I bought the carbs.
So is it used or new?
It's used.
Could be completely pooched, who knows? Or
No,
these wires could be inadequate.
we don't need anything. We don't need that voltage regulator or any of that stuff. So I just hooked
Your
it up.
neighbors are like, what the fuck is he
I just
doing
hooked it
now?
up just because, but I don't think we need it. Hey, once more.
All right, we're going to call that a success.
She's running a bit rich.
Yeah, she's definitely running rich.
So I just shut the quickie clacker off. I think it's just smoking because there's no current going to that right now because nothing's hooked up.
So just crap inside of it, friction. Your neighbors must fucking hate you. I don't know how often you do shit like this, but
Not very often at all. seems like it's not getting fire on all of them, does it?
It's a carburetor issue. You're leaking gas at the bottom of this one.
It's not gas. That's the oil.
No,
cooler.
here, bottom here. It's definitely gas. Maybe you got too much gas going in there. You should try leaning it out a bit. It's a lot of oil in the ground.
Well, plus, how well can it run with these valves? Right?
So you got to get it running before you can.
Exactly. Now, apparently, the way to do this is to get it close to running. You got to turn the valves in until you can't turn the push rods by your hand enough, and that one's way off. Let's try that. And when you can't turn them with your fingers, you're supposed to be good.
Yeah, I'm not going to stand there and get oil on me. Should lean them right out.
Well, I did. We're almost all the way in.
So I'm smelling a lot of fuel.
The screws are almost all the way in.
Right, but your electric pump might be providing more gas than your regular pump, right?
Electric pump's off.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We might have a massive vacuum leak, and I think it's these. I'm gonna plug those.
Well, there was definitely vapors coming out of there a minute ago.
I'm gonna plug those.
D's and do's. You got any rubber plugs?
I don't, but we'll freak something up here.
to reinforce your engine mount here.
Well, what's going on?
Oh, it's just shaking like a bastard. Like all the oil burning on it.
I think it's safe to say
That's a wind.
that the fuel pump is pumping. However, it's pumping.
The diaphragm's
got a
got a hole in it.
So we're gonna disconnect this, bypass it, put the electric pump right into it. But it's a runner.
It's a runner.
If I can get that thing running, so I can adjust those valves, would be good.
Well, you just did. You had it running.
Well, the fuel was spitting out of here, so I shut it down.
Fuel's spitting out of there, but I also noticed it's spraying out of the carbs too. I think
Yeah,
you're getting a
but-
bit too rich into the carbs.
Well, it settled down there just now, didn't it? So first thing I'm going to do is take care of this. We'll pump the fuel directly into this.
You need some more cardboard.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect that. Leave the,
High five.
it's a runner. Okay. Now I know what I need to do.